Hello. This is my speech for the true cost of a higher education. Sorry, let me fix it here. It's kind of difficult to do. Okay, no matter where you go in the universe, there will be some type of education. Even in the uncivilized areas, there is education. It may not be the same type of education that we at Quincy Community College are accustomed to. Nonetheless, there is education of communication, mathematics, sociology, survival skills, and learning of information. The definition of education, according to the 4th edition of the American Heritage Dictionary, is 1. The act or process of educating or being educated. 2. The knowledge or skill obtained. 3. And lastly, the field of study concerned with teaching and learning. So, higher education would be a higher standard of these definitions. In this speech, I will enlighten the true cost of higher education. I will give you some facts, information, and knowledge that will help you to clearly see and understand the true cost of higher education. I will show you the weight of the cost of education versus the possible career income that could be obtained by earning a higher education. And I will introduce you to the difference between being educated or smart and being wise. Not everyone that is smart is wise, and I will show you the difference in this speech. Listen carefully and take notes if you can. First of all, let me give you the cold hard facts. Most people go to public schools in America, right? So that means that many people don't have to pay for public school until they desire to go to or until they are forced to go to college. You know, I'm a minister of God. If you didn't know, then now you know. And I often say God doesn't force you to do anything. He always gives you a choice. So anyone who forces you to do anything is not operating in the Spirit of God. Amen? Now, because of this, I don't agree with forcing your children to go to college. I think it is most beneficial when a person chooses to get a higher education. Now, what does it cost to send a person to college or for a person to go to college? Here are the facts. According to the College Board, the average cost of tuition and fees of college for 2015 through 2016 was $32,405 for a private university or college, $9,410 for an in-state public college, and $23,893 for out-of-state public colleges. So, the average range is from $9,410 to $32,405. That is only for 1 year of college. Now, multiply by 2 for an associate's degree, that equals a range between $18,820 and $64,810. Now, if they are getting a bachelor's degree, which is 4 years. That would make it $37,640 to $129,620. For all the dads out there, that is the same range as buying a 2013 Hyundai Genesis with a 3.8 liter engine that has less than 50,000 miles minimum, to buying a 2013 BMW 7 Series 760 Li with less than 20,000 miles for an associate's degree. Moms, that is about a range of buying 126 haircuts with colors to about 432 haircuts with colors for an associate's degree. If you got a haircut with a color every 2 months, that would be a range of getting enough haircuts with colors for between 5 years, 3 months, and 18 years worth of haircuts and colors. Now that is just for an associate degree. For a bachelor's degree, guys, this is the same as buying a 2013 F-150 Platinum Super Crew 4-wheel drive truck with less than 40,000 miles, and buying a 2013 Bentley Continental Flying Spur with less than 15,000 miles. Ladies, that means going to a 4-year college ranges to the equivalent of getting a haircut, Be Radiant massage and facial at the luxurious Bellasante on Newbury Street in Boston between 94 times and 324 times. If you did that twice a month, every month, that would be enough haircuts with exclusive massages and facials to last you between 4 years and 13 and a half years. But now, let's look at the facts of potential income that education brings. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the average weekly salary with a high school education in America is $638 a week. In 2009, this education group earned a median annual income of $30,000. That salary increases by $81 a week with some college education, making an extra $324 a month or $3,888 a year. With an associate's degree, it increases to $130 a week or $520 a month or $6,240 a year. A bachelor's degree earns an average of $415 more than a high school education a week, or $1,660 a month, or $19,920 a year more. Someone who has obtained a master's degree can earn about twice as much as someone who has not had a college education, earning an average of $625 more a week than a high school equivalent earning, or $2,500 a month, or $30,000 a year more. Then there's a doctorate degree that would most likely earn 3 times more than the high school education. If you weigh the cost of a college education versus an average income that can be earned because of obtaining a higher education, you will see if it is truly worth the cost. The facts say that an average cost for an associate's degree is between $18,820 and $64,810 a year, right? Okay, let's put that fact on one side. Now, the facts say that the average annual income for someone who has an associate's degree is $33,888, which would be $67,776 for 2 years of income. Let's put that on the other side, right here. Now, if we made a scale in between them, it would show that the cost of a higher education weighs about the same as the average annual income that one may obtain. If they went to a private university, they would pay an average of $32,405 a year, and they would be able to make an average of $33,888 a year. But we must consider that 2 years of sowing knowledge, wisdom, and understanding can reap about 40 years of financial income of equal amount that you have planted for those 2 years. Meaning about $20,000 to $65,000 could make you reap $1.35 million, plus the benefits that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding gives you, which could include a house, a car, a wife, children, peace, love, and pleasantness. Now let's weigh a bachelor's degree. The average cost of a bachelor's degree is between $37,640 and $129,620. The average 4-year income for someone with a job that requires a bachelor's degree earns about $199,680. That is between $162,040 and $70,060 more than what you have sown for that same education, just on the same timeline as to how long it took for you for it. If we times that by 10, which would be 4 times 10 equaling 40 years of work, that would give you $1.99 million. I am in business, so that means that it would be about a $1.8 million profit from earning a higher education. And again, you also will be able to reap other benefits that come along with having a great job that a higher education often helps you get. And it only increases with the higher you go in education. Now it was very difficult for me to decide what I was going to try to get my degree in. But I finally found the secret. Whatever you have admiration for is what you should go into as a career. I went to become a minister because I love God, but it didn't work out for me when I went to Bible college to become a minister. So I tried business administration at first because I had business ideas that I wanted to accomplish. Then I realized that I had a great respect and admiration for business owners. See, God knows what is best for everyone. We may think we know what is best for us, but God knows what is best. I ended up becoming a minister anyways in my church, just not the traditional way. And now I am also finishing up my associate's degree for business administration with a current GPA of 3.71. But at first I had a very difficult time knowing what I should do. Many people have the same problem. See, I had to be blessed by God to have enough faith to even believe that I could go to college, because naturally, before I had faith, I didn't think it was possible. But now, how many know that with God, nothing is impossible? I do, and I found this to be true over and over again. You might have to learn it for yourself. Which segues me to my next point: the difference between being smart and being wise. Have you ever heard the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom? If you haven't, then it is my joy and pleasure to give you your first gold nugget from the Holy Bible in Psalms 1:11-10 and Proverbs 9:10. Let me elaborate further. God is all-knowing, all-powerful, and almighty. He is the source of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So in essence, He is the source of education. If you can understand that God is the creator of all things, then it would not be hard for you to be able to understand that He is the source of everything. If you can't understand that, then it will be very difficult. So that is the difference between being smart and wise. To be smart is to obtain knowledge, have it, and apply it, whether it is correctly or incorrectly applying it. An example is that man is smart enough to make something that has an incomplete molecular structure and make something to join it together to make it a chemical. Rice is an example of this. It has starch that joins the molecules together. It is man-made. But to be wise is to obtain knowledge, have it, understand it, and correctly apply it for how it is meant to be used. God Himself says to get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from my words, or from the words of my mouth, in Proverbs 4, verse 5 of the Holy Bible. Then He teaches more about wisdom in Proverbs 8, verse 11, and says, "For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it." So wisdom is the principal thing. It says in Proverbs 4:7, meaning that it is one of the most important things to obtain in life. I always say the devil may be smart, but he is not wise. If the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, then the devil is the stupidest of all creation, because he doesn't fear God. Just look at it from this perspective. You can have all the knowledge in the universe, but as soon as you forget where that knowledge comes from, then you become foolish, even though you may have a lot of knowledge. Lucifer was an angel in heaven with great knowledge, power, and authority, but as soon as he lost his fear and respect for God, he became the stupidest, most evil, and most cursed being that was cast onto the earth. Now he uses his cunningness to lie, deceive, and mislead. But the wise aren't fooled by the devil. The light always shines in the darkness. Light is more powerful than darkness. Good is always more powerful than evil. Righteousness is always stronger than unrighteousness. This is the truth. Now you know it. Will you be wise and correctly apply it? Or will you just be smart and know it, but not use it? That is the highest education for you. But many will not heed to sound doctrine, wisdom, and understanding, and will choose to think that they are smart when they are actually very foolish. As an old Chinese proverb says, a fool thinks he knows everything, but a wise person knows that they know nothing. Also, let me point out the fact that the fear that one cannot be successful without a college degree is not necessary. It is good to get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but you don't necessarily have to go to college to obtain these things. Let me give you some real-life examples of this truth. 1. Matt Mullenweg started WordPress, which powers 16% of the web. He dropped out of the University of Houston in 2004. 2. Arash Ferdowsi, founder of Dropbox, which is worth $4 billion, dropped out of MIT in 2007. Mark Zuckerberg and Dustin Moskovitz built Facebook into the world's largest social network with over 1 billion monthly active users. They both dropped out of the Harvard University in 2004. Daniel Ek co-founded Spotify, dropped out of the Royal Institute of Technology in Sweden. Zach Sims started Codecademy, which has over 1 million users and raised more than $10 million from investors, including Richard Branson. 6. David Neeleman, founder of JetBlue Airways, dropped out of the University of Utah in his junior year. And 7. Albert Einstein dropped out of prep school, but still went to earn his PhD and came up with the theory of relativity. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. In conclusion, a higher education can definitely be worth the cost of the time, effort, money, and sacrifices it will take to obtain it. God Himself encourages everyone to get wisdom, get understanding, and that wisdom actually comes from His mouth. If you weigh the facts of what an education costs to what an education makes you earn, then you can see that the benefits outweigh the cost. You also don't necessarily have to go to college to be successful, but the correct application of knowledge is true wisdom, and we all should be obtaining it in one way or another. I hope this speech has helped to enlighten you a little bit. God bless you, and good seeking.